Do you all remember a couple videos back I made a comment about potentially trading in this IX? It was a pretty quick comment. I wasn't too serious. But if you all know me, as soon as I mention something or start thinking of something, one of two things are going to happen, and it's going to happen pretty quickly. With that being said, this car is now sold, along with the M8. They're going to be here sometime in the next hour or so to pick up these two cars and drop off what the new one is going to be. Start with getting this one out of the way. That was probably loud, so I'll try to lower down the volume on that if I can. Man, this R8 is sick. This is one of my favorite cars. I've said in other videos, if I could have just one of these bad boys around me, I'd probably pick the R8. Shoot, where can I put this thing? I'm blocking everything. I'll put it over here, I guess. My back hurts. Gotta raise it up a little bit. I think I put it up to this side. Yep. Man, I cleaned this thing really good last time. A little bit of a bummer. I really like this car. I don't like that it's black. That's honestly the only reason why it was even on the chopping block. But I said that when I first got it. If y'all saw that video, I said, this is one of those cars that is not going to be a keeper like some of these other ones. Just for me, and that's just simply because of the color. Nothing wrong with black cars, I just don't, it's not my cup of tea. Harder to keep clean. Anyone who details knows the deal. But man, this was a fun car to have. One thing I like about these though, it's kind of a pain, is that it's got two latches on the hood. Makes it a little bit harder to shut, but it's secure. It prevents the hood from flexing like this. Like if you look at the GT500, that hood flexes quite a bit. These two latches make it tough again, but as long as you slam it like that, you're good. Let me know if this one or the R8 sounds better. Damn, this car smells so good. Feels good, looks good. Man, if I were to get another one, I'd probably get the same color as the M4. That skyscraper gray. I think that'd be kind of cool to have two M cars in the same color. Maybe. Or a white one. Only 345 miles on this thing. When did I get this? First things first, I do have to remove my BMW account on here. Remove driver profile. Delete. Delete. Man, it's pristine in here. I don't really have anything in here. Yeah, nothing. There's nothing in the trunk. This part can sometimes be a little tricky. This car does not have a front lift on it either. I can't tell. Hopefully that looks even. Find out here real quick. Looks good on this side. Yeah, this will work. Okay, so every time I get a new car, I have these bins that I got at the, the container store, I think it's called. And I take everything that comes with the car, the manual, the extra mats, I need diffusers, extra set of keys, things like that I don't put in the safe, and I put them in these bins. I gotta find out which ones belong to which car. Okay, so this is the M8, so that means that these mats also go to the M8. And all this stuff goes with it too, except for any personal stuff. I always put the window sticker, what's this crap called? Laminate. And I'll give them back their factory frame, because I'm going to keep the other one, because it's nicer. Digital key, spare key, license plate frame. Okay, I got both sets of keys. I need a screwdriver. For those who are into this stuff, the license plate frames that BMW has are awesome. Watch this. These little caps that usually snap on, these ones are threaded. Look at that. So it's like a full turn, then they're locked in there. Look at, I had this car almost a year. That's pretty good. Kidding, I wasn't expecting to get rid of this so soon. But again, I didn't really have a goal of keeping it forever either. In fact, right when I got this car, see that? Right when I got this car, I noticed that, and I went and got these stainless screws right here that were bigger than what the dealership put in because it was like, I don't know if from them taking out stuff. Oh no, that's right. It was these ones I took out. These two were two cheap little screws that were barely even holding in this frame. That's better. But I had to make like larger holes right there, which is not something I like doing. I don't like drilling into cars. That's why I never put on the front license plate. And it looks bad. That's right, I do keep my old frames. Yeah, tabs are almost due on this car. I have a habit of doing that. Getting rid of a car that tabs are almost due. We'll save these for a future M8. Mark my words, we'll get another one of these. This was a fun car. I think they're gonna be updating the interior in the next year or so. So maybe one of those would be nice. When I bought this car, I got a discount on it. This is the car that I traded those three in on, the ZL1, the 992, and the Red Eye. And to sweeten the deal, you know, they discounted this car and also threw in some freebies like these frames. Oh no. But you know, that's only worth like 50 bucks or something, but they also got me some all-season mats I was thinking about keeping. But for now, we'll just put everything in here except for the keys. I'm gonna miss this car. I don't care that it's black. I don't really, two-tone interior isn't bad, but I'd rather it be black with a gray exterior, kind of like the M4. Now we gotta do the same thing with the iX. This is my daily driver, so there's a lot more crap in here, including some puppies that are passed out. Come on, old girls. You know, this car, out of all the daily drivers I've had, you know, trucks, X6s, Mercedes, Cayennes, Macans, even like some cheaper stuff like the Civic I drove for a while. What else have I had in the last like decade? There's been a lot and too much. This has been by far my favorite, saying that pretty confidently, my favorite daily driver. There's not a whole lot on this car that I don't care for. Cosmetically, just like the gloss black, I don't know what else they could have done to make it look better. I just don't like gloss black. I don't really care how EVs all want to have this glass sunroof. This one here though has a little cool party trick. So you can't really see that light right now. You push this button right here. Watch. See, it gets a lot more clear. There's a glare, but here's another shot. See that brace? So it fogs away. All I'm doing is pushing this button. So if I had to have a sunroof or a glass roof, I'm glad that this is what they did. Whenever I build a car, I never option it out to have one of these if I can avoid it. Just because I just don't want the light coming through. It's weird. Or just had a suede headliner. I'm like really reaching on things I don't like about this thing. I don't care for this material right here. They want this thing to be green, you know, let's see this little leaf right here. Everything on here is like vegan. So they have this like fake bamboo type wood here and these glass crystals, which these only come with a package that I wanted, which also came I think with like the surround view camera. This is a little weird. I don't really care for screens being plastered onto a dash as if it was an afterthought rather than be, you know, built in and flush. You know, this you can see around it. It just kind of floats there. Nothing wrong with it. It just looks a little weird at times. The steering wheel is okay. Don't hate it. Speaking of the trim, I wish there was another option for the color of the, I guess, the trim on the inside. It's only this brass option. That's it. I wish there was like a carbon fiber or like a polished something. Anything besides this, it's a little feminine to me. Kind of like with these glass crystals I just mentioned, it's a little feminine. Had I known that this was a blue and not a black online, if you guys ever build one of these, go for the, I mean, if you're into dark colors interior, it is dark, but it's definitely not a black. It is a blue, and I don't like blue on my cars. So I lived with it, thinking or trying to convince myself that it was more of a gray than a blue, but you can see here it's definitely a blue. Looks kind of gray in the camera though. Still weird. I mean, I think it's an EV thing, but still weird materials. These speaker grates are really nice. Cheap plastic down here. I thought this was kind of weird. This little pass through gave me like minivan vibes. Goes all the way through. But y'all know me. I'm very transparent and honest when it comes to my opinion on cars, and there's not a whole lot I would say they could have done better on this car besides just cosmetic stuff. It drives awesome. It's lightning fast. Oh yeah, I'll mention this too. Check this out. I really like that BMW made this just one solid seat. Ignore the fact that the crystal, I can live with that, but I like that the seat controls are on the door here and not right here. Typically you'd have like this piece right here. There's like plastic framework. you know, come up maybe halfway through the seat. Then sometimes you get a crease right here. Sometimes if you're a bigger person, you'd end up actually cutting the leather. This goes all the way down. So here I got almost, what is it, like a little over 2,600 miles in this car. Drive it almost every day, and like these seats just look immaculate, just as they did when I bought it. Talking more about the vegan material, this type of stuff is weird. My kid's got like some ashy knees, for example. I just pick him up from soccer or something, and he'll come in and he'll end up scraping his knee, see if there's any marks. I cleaned this pretty good the other week. He'll like scrape his knee on this or something and leave like a little ashy mark. That's just nitpicking. Listen to this. That's how it should be. That's how the sunroof should sound. There's a little hint to what's coming. I like that this whole tub is like carbon fiber. It's a really well-built car. Don't care for the gloss black, but you get it wrapped and it's totally fine. Just like the M8, I have a little box with the spare key, title, and actually I may have the titles already, but you know, all the goodies that came with it. I think this is all the stuff. Well, you want to get out? All right, come on. Original license plate frame. We'll take that one off again. Paperwork. Here's a little diffuser. Let's get that back on there first, I guess, just to get it out of the way. Guessing it goes on this way. And then what is this? This must go up here. How does this go on? It must be like this. There we go. Nice. These got to be the 3 of the mats. The way I'm missing one, so grab that. You guys happy to be walking around? And just like the M8, talked to the dealership and giving me all these extra stuff. But I like the WeatherTech mats the most. So actually, I do potentially plan on replacing this one day. Just like I did with the ZL1 and the Challenger, I just kept those WeatherTech mats that I bought, and now they're in my new ones. I'm gonna do the same thing with this. I'm gonna keep these mats. I'll label them up and just put them to the side. All right, should I put the carpet ones in, or should I put the all seasons? I think I'll put the carpet ones in. Put the mats in here. Window stickers, front license plate. We'll put on the back one here, same license plate frame because they're the best. While we wait, I am able to track the new car. Let's see if it's en route. Yeah, it came from Fargo. Ooh, I just said too much. Come on, it's 20 after 9. They just left. This one you see I didn't have, that screw came out. All right, y'all, I'm gonna wait for the truck driver to get here. If I didn't say this already, I'm trading the 2 for the 1. Partially just because I had negative equity in here because of how long I had it. Wasn't quite long enough. I had quite a good amount of positive equity in there, so that pays for a good amount of the new car. Plus, as I said earlier, this car was never really a keeper for me. I love it, don't get me wrong. It's just the color. I just don't like black cars, don't care for the brown interior. I don't hate it. It's different, you know, it's not like the silver on black or gray on black that well, these are good examples right here, that I am obsessed with. It's not my cup of tea. Same thing with those gloss black wheels. Man, look at this car. This thing is really sick. Black on black is always nice. Just not my thing, only because of my perfectionist mentality when it comes to, like, if I clean these wheels, I guarantee I'm gonna install swirls. It's just nature of the beast. It is what it is. And thankfully I clear wrap this thing, so that'll never get, you know, marred or anything, but I don't know. I just don't like black cars. I'll stick with the silvers and the grays, or whatever this new color is. I probably wouldn't get this color again on the iX, nothing wrong with it, but a little bit, they have a dark gray that's actually quite similar to the GT500. That looks really nice. Or I'd get a white. I love white on black. Like, look at the R8 and the Aston, and I guess the 911 up there too, and the ZL1 that's hidden back there. A little muff diver coming around. White on black looks really good. That's a really sharp looking car too. I definitely would get that. We'll see how much I like this new car. I think I'm gonna like it. I think it'll be something that'll stay in the stable for a while. I think it'll look good in the stable. I'm gonna do some cleanup around here while we wait. Get the R8 tucked up, and I'll pick up the camera here in a little bit. Boys, it's here. It's right in front of me here. I like this thing a lot. I like the color a lot in person. I saw one earlier this month. I guess it would have been last month. It looked really nice, but like seeing this one here in person, this looks awesome. The little bit that I drove it, I can tell it's gonna be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to driving this all winter. I'll get a video, my initial impressions and washing it here I'll do that this weekend actually for you guys, because it's set to get wrapped and tinted on next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday before Thanksgiving. All right, you guys gotta let me know what you think. Ready to check it out? Here we go.